the back. Lying in constructive rest pose to begin. And allow yourself to rest down into gravity. Feeling the feet evenly weighted on the floor. Centered at the back of the pelvis. Broad in the sacrum. Relaxed in the belly. Lower back taking its natural curve. Back ribs settling down. Shoulder blades broad and flat. Neck relaxed. Settling into the back of the head with the neck lengthened. Feel all of those points giving into the pull of gravity. Release all excess effort. Well, last week we worked on the abdominal star. If you want to keep thinking of that imagery, if that's helpful, feel free. The image of the belt and the ribs knitting together and imprinting is just an extension of the star. So if the star is helpful, by all means, take that image of the asterisk and rest it on the belly. Let's begin on focusing in on the inner core. When I say inner core, I'm talking about the combination of the pelvic floor and the transversus, the belt, that horizontal low crossbar of the abdominal star. Inhale, preparing for the inner core. Exhale, gathering the pelvic floor into the center and wrapping your transversus around like a big support belt. Relax the shoulders at the same time, and then release completely and soften. Remember, the transversus is deep, and it does not move the bones in any particular way. So there's no postural shift as we're doing this initial engagement. Inhale again, prepare for the inner core. Exhale, pelvic floor, and wrap the belt around. Relax the shoulders. You can leave your ribs alone. Just let them do what they naturally do. They're not necessarily knitting together too much. And then relax, release. And exhale, let into gravity. All excess effort releasing towards the floor. One more time. Inhale, prepare for the inner core. And exhale. Leaves the pelvic floor, wrap the drawstrings. Relax the shoulders. And release with the inhale. And let's use the inner core to support arm lifts. Bring the arms down to the sides. We're leaving the obliques passive for now, so your rib cage will probably splay. Your elbows can bend back a little bit. Inhale, float the arms to the ceiling. Exhale, with just the inner core, reach back and stabilize the lower back. Go ahead and let the ribs flare out. That's fine for now. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, settle the arms down. Relax the work in the low belly. Again, with inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, pelvic floor, belt wrapping. Reach back, stabilize the pelvis and the lower back. Inhale, arms float up. And then lower the arms down to the sides and relax completely. One more time, inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, inner core to stabilize as you reach back. Inhale, arms float up. And exhale, bring the arms down to the sides. So we didn't spend a lot of time on that today. We have in the past. I want you to be aware that every single movement and exercise we do today should have that as its foundation. Even if I'm not emphasizing it, inner core is first, and then we work on the more superficial levels of the pelvic, the abdominal wall. Let's bring the hands behind the head. We're going to focus in on the individual strands of the obliques a bit. As you inhale, let the ribs flare. And as you exhale, reach your right ribs down in a diagonal to the left back pocket. Feel that pull down, right ribs to left back pocket. Wrap it all the way around so you get the internal obliques. And relax as you inhale, let the ribs flare. And then with your exhale, take your left ribs on a diagonal down to the opposite back pocket, the right back pocket. Left ribs down to the right back pocket. And again, wrap it all the way around. And inhale, relax. First set again, inhale. Exhale, right ribs to left back pocket. Feel that diagonal line and wrap it all the way around to the back pocket. Inhale, let the ribs flare. And exhale, take the left ribs down to the right back pocket and feel that diagonal, wrap it all the way around. And relax with the inhale. One more time, each one of those independently. Exhale, right ribs down to the left back pocket. Inhale, release. And exhale, left ribs down to the right back pocket. Those two actions should feel different. Hopefully you can feel those lines separately. And relax and release. Now we're going to do our imprint. So be aware of the back ribs. Feel the back ribs pulling away from the mat. And with the exhale, imprint the back ribs into the mat. This does not indicate that the lower back's going flat. You have your neutral spine. You're just working the rib cage down. And relax with the inhale. Now we're going to combine the front rib diagonals. Exhale, reach both set of ribs down to the opposite back pockets, knitting the front ribs together. Inhale, let the ribs flare. And return your attention to the back ribs. Exhale, imprint the back ribs. Please maintain your neutral lower back. And relax with the inhale, let the ribs flare. And with the exhale, knit the ribs together in the front. Reach both diagonals down to the opposite back pockets. And inhale, relax. Now we're going to put those together, add the transversus, and do a head lift. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, inner core, knit and imprint the ribs, and lift your head with a neutral lower back. Inhale, lower back down. Feel the ribs flare, and exhale again. Transversus, knit and imprint, and lift, keeping the lower back neutral. Inhale, lower down. One more time. Exhale, inner core first, knit and imprint, and lift. Now keep your lift. Stay while you inhale. We're going to do the crazy fish. Exhale. Take your left elbow down to your left waist, side bending. Inhale back to the center. And exhale. Right elbow down to the right waist. And inhale back into the center. That was a side bend. Now let's do the diagonal reach. Lift the right shoulder and reach it over towards the left knee. Inhale to the center. Exhale and lift the left shoulder and bring it over towards the right knee. And inhale to the center, back to the crazy fish. Exhale, side bend, left elbow to left waist. Inhale, center. Exhale, right elbow to right waist. Inhale, center. Now let's reach on the diagonal. Exhale, right armpit to left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, left armpit to right knee. Inhale, center. One more time through that sequence. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale to the center. Exhale, side bend to the right. And inhale to the center. And then on the diagonal, right armpit to left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, left armpit to right knee. And inhale, center. Put your head down. Relax the arms up towards the ceiling for a moment. And circle your arms gently in the shoulder joint. And reverse. And then settle the arms in the vertical position. Soften the neck. Slowly turn your head from one side to the other. And then back into the center. Bring the hands behind the head again. And do the alternate leg lifts with the extension and the head lifted. Inhale, prepare for the inner core. Exhale the inner core, then knit and imprint. Lift your head, maintain your neutral back. Inhale, lift the right foot up, and exhale, flex the foot, extend the leg out 45 degrees. Feel your front ribs moving to the opposite back pockets. Inhale, bend your knee, and exhale, lower the foot down. Keep stabilizing the pelvis, lift the left foot up. Exhale, flex your foot, extend your leg out 45 degrees. You're knitting and imprinting the ribs. Inhale, bend the knee and re-anchor. Lower the left foot down. Keep anchoring and steadying the pelvis. Right foot up. Exhale, flex, extend. Feel the ribs knitting. Really reach them all the way around to the back pockets. Inhale, bend the knee. Re-anchor and lower the foot. Keep steady in the pelvis, left foot up. Exhale, reach away with the heel. You're knitting the ribs, keeping the pelvis and the ribs steady. Inhale, bend the knee. Re-anchor, lower the left foot. And one more time on each side, right foot up. Exhale, flex, extend. Inhale and bend. Re-anchor, lower your foot. Keep steady as you lift the left. Exhale, flex, extend. Inhale, bend the knee and re-anchor. Lower the left and bring the head down. Again, arms come to the ceiling. Soften the neck and shoulders. Relax a moment there. And then reset your inner core. We're going to take a compound leg lift. Please be very aware as the second leg goes up that the back ribs don't pull up away from the mat. That's the job of the internal obliques. And stabilize with the inner core. Let's specify and reach the right ribs to the left back pocket as we lift the right foot up. And then imprint both sets of back ribs. Lift the left foot up with no little jolt in the back of the rib cage. Exhale, lower the right foot down and bring the left foot down, and then we're going to start with the left. So let's reach the left ribs to the right back pocket, stabilize, and bring the left foot up. Imprint, make sure that the ribs stay steady in the back as you bring the right foot up. Lower the left, and then the right. And then let's make it smooth, as seamless as you can. Don't rush though, go at your own pace. Set the inner core, the oblique line, lift the right up, then imprint and lift the left. Right down and left down. Move at your own pace for a couple more sets. We want the pelvis to be steady and the rib cage to maintain its imprinting, especially as you're lifting that second leg. Please be aware there. Switch which leg you're starting with. And then next time you have both legs up, we'll stop with both legs up. Here's our neutral tabletop. I'm going to bring the arms down, place the hands flat on the floor to prepare for the 100. Reset your inner core, knit and imprint the ribs, press your palms down, and lift your head. Chin into the chest, extend the legs, keep your neutral spine, and exhale for 5 pulses, and then inhale for 5. We want to flatten the belly out. That's also the role of the obliques, like what they were doing in the crazy fish. Exhale for 5 and inhale for 5. Oblique smile. Broaden the belly button out towards your waist. Inhale. Exhale for 5 pulses and inhale. Bend the knees if the back gets tired. Don't give up on that back rib imprint though. Exhale for 5 and inhale. Exhale, keep flattening the belly out, broad and wide. Inhale. Last one, exhale. And inhale. Let's put one hand on each knee. Drop the knees out wide. And do some nice, easy hip circles. Relaxing inner thighs, front thighs. Stirring the femur around the hip joint. Reverse. And hug both knees in, lengthen the back of the neck, stretch the lower back. And then let's extend the left leg straight out onto the mat and reach the right foot to the ceiling. So extend up through the right foot, reach down through the tailbone. Take a moment, engage your inner core, feel your oblique angles, wrapping around to the back pockets, imprinting the back ribs. Then place your thumbs on your ribs, your fingers on your hips, and circle the leg 5 times in one direction, being sure you're steady with the ribs. Take your time. Make the circles maybe a little slower than you normally would to be sure that you're well anchored. And reverse the circles. Keep concentrating on the ribs knitting together in the front and imprinting down into the back with the ribs. After 5, bend the right knee and hug it in. And bring the left knee in as well. And then straighten the right leg out. Pull the knee to the breastbone. And extend the left leg up. Pause there, take a moment to get set. Feel your neutral spine, inner core, ribs knitting, imprinting. Fingers on the hips, thumbs on the ribs. Stable ribs and pelvis as you circle 5 times each direction. If you feel any wobbling, make the circles slower and smaller. Don't allow there to be any. Reverse for 5. And then bend the left knee, hug it in, bring the right leg in. Hug and stretch the back gently. I'm going to bring the feet down, or actually the left foot down, the right ankle to the left knee. We'll work on the muffin tops. We'll take the left hand behind the head and open the elbow out wide. Right arm relaxed down at the side. We're going to do 3 sets of 5 pulses each. So first I want you to check that your pelvis is steady. As you exhale, reach your left armpit up towards your right knee and then pulse for 5. And then lower down. So you're going to feel the right waist. You can actually take your fingers on the right waist if you want to feel those obliques. Exhale up on that diagonal and pulse for 5. And lower down. One more time. Exhale, feel that diagonal. Left ribs to right back pocket and then pulse for 5. And release back down. Relax the arm down, bring your right foot down and place your left ankle to your right knee. Right hand behind the head. Inhale, prepare. We want the inner core, of course. And then the right ribs reaching to the left back pocket as you lift up on that diagonal and pulse for 5. And lower down. The right armpit reaching to the left knee, pulse for 5. And lower, release back down one more time. And lower and release. Okay, let's do a rolling pelvic lift. Engage the inner core, nothing behind your head, please. As you exhale, tilt the pelvis, knit and imprint the ribs with the lower back flattening, the back ribs flatten, then you raise the hips up. And keep tilting pubic bone to belly button as you roll back down through the spine, shoulders relaxed, rolling one vertebra at a time, releasing all the way down to neutral. And again, set the core, tilt the pelvis, knit and imprint the ribs, press into the feet and roll up. And roll back down. One more time. Knit and imprint, tilt, and lift. And bring it back down. Now keep your flat back as you come down. Bring your hands behind your head. Keeping the back flat. Extend one leg and then the other leg out so you're all the way out long with the back flat, hands behind the head. Inhale, prepare into a partial roll up. Scoop the belly in. Draw the belly button into the spine. Think of your ribs pulling down in that diagonal. And maintain for a moment. Draw the belly button to the spine. And release back down. As you release down, go ahead and let the back relax. And then set it again. Inner core, tilt the pelvis, knit and imprint the ribs. And bring yourself part way up. Scoop the belly. See if you can roll the legs into parallel so they're not out in an external rotation. Pull the belly button to the spine. And then release. And one more time. Set the low core, tilt the pelvis, knit and imprint, and bring yourself up, part way, pressing the lower ribs down. Now this is just for observation. You may need to stay here. I'd like you to observe, please, if you can keep your feet down, bring your arms forward, and
watch how smooth or not smooth your roll-up is. This is just because we're going to work on this. I'd like you to observe that. Okay, and if you came all the way up, come back down. And then everybody can release all the way down to the floor and relax for a moment. And then let's hug the knees into the chest once more. Okay, and then we're going to turn to the left side. Please lie on your left side, knees comfortably bent. Left arm underneath the ear or some kind of support here underneath the ear so that the shoulder is comfortable, the neck is relaxed. I know this is a review for most of you. I do want to look at the organ lift. It's a great tool, and let's just make sure that we haven't gotten sloppy with it over the months. So your knees are comfortably bent. You're going to relax the belly completely, soften. If you take your hand up in that top waist, you're going to feel not much space between your rib cage and your hips. And also that the tone is loose. So settle the right hand on that right waist. Picture what's happening internally. The organs are dropping down to the floor, even the belly button's sagging down towards the floor. And we're going to try lifting them up. Remember, we lift from the bottom waist. So you're not thinking about the top waist. Take an inhale with your attention at the bottom waist. And as you exhale, start lifting from the left waist. Think of lifting your internal organs up towards the ceiling. As you do that, you will feel an effect in your top waist. But please think about what's happening inside. Completely different configuration now. There's a lot more space between the ribs and the hips, and a lot more tone, and then relax and release. Soften, completely give into gravity. Ease out totally, and then prepare to do it again. Inhale, and exhale from the bottom waist. Start lifting your organs up off of the floor and bring them towards the ceiling. Observe the top waist. And then relax and release, completely give into gravity. And soften. One more time. Exhale from the bottom waist. Lift the organs up. Keep lifting them up. Keep lifting them up. The belly button has pulled itself to the center. The abdominal wall is drawn into the spine. The top waist is firm. Now keep your organ lift and lift both feet up. You may feel a little bit of increase of work around the back especially. Keep that increased work and lower the legs without letting go of your organ lift. And again, lift both feet up and lower back down. One more time, maintain the organ lift. Lift both feet up and lower back down, and then relax completely. Okay, soften. We're going to prepare the shoulder. We're going to work with the shoulder a little bit in preparation for a new exercise. So we can keep the obliques relatively quiet now. Rest your right elbow on the right waist, and we're going to do the external rotation, seating the humeral head in the socket. So you can make a gentle fist with your right hand, or even hold a water bottle or 1 pound weight. And 15 times we're going to externally rotate, lifting the hand up, keeping the elbow on the waist. You can come a little bit below, but accentuate the upward motion. External rotation. And then as you come down, resist the movement down. Make it smooth. When you're done with 15 of those, relax that arm down. Then we're going to straighten both legs out. Take your left hand and wrap it around your right waist, and then push your right hand, or put your right hand onto the floor in front of your left shoulder. Engage your inner core, take your organ lift, and then push into that right arm to straighten the arm. Now we work the obliques and the tricep on the right arm. Let's do 5 small pulses. Just go halfway down. Be sure you don't collapse into that right shoulder. Pause, reset, and do 5 more. Pause and reset, and 5 more. And then release your left arm down underneath you and come back down, lying on the side. Top hand on the top waist, or you can place the fingertips on the mat in front of you. Check that your neck and shoulders are relaxed. Relax in the belly. And then inhale, prepare for the inner core. Engage the inner core. Start at your bottom waist, take an organ lift. Squeeze the inner thighs together, lift both legs up. Now pause for a moment, make sure that the neck and shoulders are not tense. So you're using your obliques. 5 times up and down with the top leg. Five times down and up with the bottom leg. 5 times forward and back with both legs. Then come to the center, 5 times circling with the top leg. Reverse, 5 times the other way. Then squeeze the inner thighs together. Take an external rotation. So you're going to roll both legs out in the socket and do 10 little pulses of the heels together. Now stay in your external rotation. Squeeze your inner thighs. We're going to lift the top leg and lower the bottom leg at the same time. So the bottom foot taps down, top leg lifts up, and then squeeze both legs together. And lift the top, tap the bottom leg down, squeeze both legs together. Open and squeeze to center. Twice more. Open, squeeze to center. Last time. Squeeze to center. Stay in your external rotation. Be sure you're not rolling back. You want to keep that right hip forward. 10 more little pulses. Then squeeze the inner thighs. Come back into parallel. Flex the feet. Squeeze the toes. Point the feet, fan the toes. Flex back twice more. Squeeze, point, fan, and flex. Squeeze, point, fan, and flex. And reverse it. Reach out, squeeze, and come back. Reach, squeeze, and pull it back in. One more time. And then release. So please bend the knees and let your left knee bend more than your right knee. And then you're just going to prop yourself up. We're coming to a mermaid sit. So the left knee is pointing out like you're sitting cross-legged, right leg's inside out. If this doesn't work for your hips, you can just take a regular cross-legged position. This is called the mermaid. I'm going to take the left fingertips down on the floor. Actually, no. I'm going to take the right hand on the right foot and reach the left arm up to side bend and stretch the left side. And then place the right hand down, the left hand down, and reach your right arm up over your ear. As you stretch long with your right arm, reach your right sit bone down to the mat. It's not going to touch, but reach in that direction. And then come back up. Right hand on the right foot, left arm lifts, and side bend. Stretching the left side. Sit tall, lower the left hand, raise the right, and as you stretch the right side, reach the right sit bone down to the mat. And again, sit tall, and raise the left arm, and side bend. And lower the left hand, reach up and over with the right. Stretch the right waist, the right armpit. And come up tall. Now we're going to do a twist. So take the right hand to the left knee. Wrap your left arm around. Look out over your left shoulder. Think of raising the breastbone as you spiral the whole spine. And then keep the spine below the neck in that direction. Turn your head to the right and drop your right ear down to your right shoulder. And bring the head upright. Come back into the center. Let's put the soles of the feet together and go into an easy forward bend for a moment. Relax the neck and shoulders. And then sit tall. And we'll come down onto the right side to repeat that side kick series. So we begin with the knees comfortably bent. We're going to take the left hand on the left waist and relax completely. Soften the belly. Feel the softness of the waist. Feel the proximity of the ribs to the hip. Picture the internal organs dropping down. Notice the belly button sagging. Everything releasing into gravity. Be specific with your thought process. Begin at the right waist and then use an exhale to lift your organs up off the floor, lifting them towards the ceiling, and observe the effect in the top waist. Feel the effect in the abdominal wall. Belly button has drawn itself back into the center, and then relax and release. Sink into gravity. Make sure the neck and shoulders stay relaxed the whole time. Soften the belly and begin again at the right waist. With the exhale, lift your internal organs up. Be sure you get the ones down near the right waist. And then work your way up to the left waist. And then soften and release. Completely giving into gravity. Once again, starting at the right waist. Exhale and lift your internal organs up. Keep lifting them up. Maintain your organ lift and lift both feet up. And then keep that extra little bit of organ lift as you lower the feet and do it twice more. Lift the feet and lower. Keep the organ lift going and lift and lower and then relax completely. Okay, we'll warm up the shoulder. Left elbow on the left waist. Gentle fist in the left hand. And raise the hand up. External rotation in the shoulder joint. And bring it back down. And lift. A nice smooth descent down. Do 15 of these, 3 sets of 5. Good. Be mindful of that descent. Keep it slow and smooth. When you're done with those 15, both legs come out straight. And we're going to wrap right hand around to the left waist and rest the left hand on the floor in front of the right shoulder. Engage your inner core and your organ lift, and then push into the left hand to straighten that arm. And then do 5 pulses, bending halfway down. Then reset, inner core organ lift, 5 more. And reset, and do it 5 more times. Then take the right arm down, and rest down. Left hand up on the left waist or fingertips on the mat in front of you. Preparing for the double leg lift. Engage the inner core and the organ lift. Squeeze the inner thighs. Bring both legs up, and that's 5 times lift and lower the top leg. 5 times lower and lift the bottom. Squeeze the inner thighs. 5 scissors. To the center and 5 circles in each direction. Bottom leg down if necessary. And squeeze the inner thighs. Take an external rotation so you roll out in the socket, the heels are touching, and then 5 little pulses. And 5 more. Squeeze the inner thighs. Keep your external rotation. And top leg up, bottom foot taps the floor, and lower and squeeze the inner thighs. Open and come down. Stay in your rotation. Open, squeeze to the center. One more time. Return to the center. 10 more little pulses. And then to parallel, work the feet. Flex back, squeeze, point, fan, and flex. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, squeeze, point, fan, and flex, and reverse. Open toes as you reach, squeeze toes and pull back. Open and reach, squeeze and pull back. One last time. And relax down. Bend the knees with the bottom leg in front. Push yourself up for the mermaid. Sit tall. Take the left hand on the left foot. Raise the right arm. Side bend to the left. And then right hand down. And reach up and over with the left arm. Stretch your left sit bone down towards the floor. Keep the chest open. And come back up to the top. And side bend to the left. And then lower down. Right arm, right forearm, stretch the left arm up and over. Reach your sit bone towards the floor. Spiral the breastbone towards the ceiling. And one more time. Side bend to the left. And down to the right forearm. Stretch along. And bring it up. Left hand to the right knee. Turn and look all the way over the right shoulder. Sit tall through the spine. Your left sit bone is not going to be down, but make a plumb line from the crown of the head down to the floor. And then keep spiraling the spine to the right. Turn your head. Look out over the left shoulder. Then drop the left ear down towards the left shoulder. And bring the head up to the center, unrotate. Then we're going to come into a seated position with the knees bent. And hands gently resting behind the thighs. Now feel where your sit bones are. Engage your inner core. Tilt the pelvis and come just behind the sit bones. So you're reclining a little bit and you have shortened the distance between pubic bone and belly button here. And then we're going to tilt back a little farther, and then lift and open the chest. Come to spinal extension, but stay behind your sit bones. And then scoop the belly and gently around without collapsing the chest. And then lift, flatten the back, open the chest. Stay tilted behind the sit bones. Again, gently around. And lift the chest. Now, you might just be repeating that one, but we're going to try going a step farther. We're going to scoop the belly and roll down onto the sacrum. If you can't keep your feet down, just do the previous exercise. If you can roll to the sacrum, we're going to lift and come up tall, and then roll to the sacrum. See if you can open the arms out wide, and then sit up tall, and open wide. Roll all the way down to the sacrum, and sit up tall. One more time. Now if you're on your sacrum, stay there. If you're not going into the sacrum without your feet coming off the ground, keep doing the previous exercise. If you can go on the sacrum, see if you can come down to the back ribs, just the back ribs, scoop the belly in, come back up to the sacrum, and then sit up tall. And then again, to the sacrum, to the back ribs, back to the sacrum, and sit up tall. One more time. Sacrum, back ribs, sacrum, and sit up tall. Lengthen tall. Everybody straighten the legs forward. Actually, no. Everybody bend your knees deeply and put your belly on against your thighs. And then we're going to start moving the feet forward, keeping the belly against the thighs. So go to a stretch here, reaching the legs out only as far as you can go, keeping the belly right attached to the thighs. Depending on your hamstrings, it'll be more or less forward bend. Now keep your spine right where it is and begin straightening the legs out. And take your full hamstring stretch. Good, and we're all going to roll down. So let's sit tall. Reach the arms up around the ears. Scoop the belly. And we're going only as far back as we can go with the arms framing the ears. It may not be far. Don't let your arms come forward. Keep your arms up around your ears. And then maintain and breathe. And now we'll slowly begin to come down. Take it as slowly as you can, gradually bringing the arms in front of you. If you need to have your hands on the outside of your thighs, that's fine. See if you can move through the sacrum, through the low ribs, and then release. Big long stretch. Keep your arms extended overhead. Once again, we're going to engage the inner core, tilt the pelvis, and imprint the ribs and flatten the whole spine down as best you can. And then release. Float the arms to the ceiling. And bring your knees into your chest. Give the knees a hug. Turn your head slowly from one side to the other. And then we're going to come on to the left side again. I'm going to definitely keep working on the clamshells. Give the obliques a break for a moment. Clamshells are really important maintenance. So we will switch our focus to the inner core. Relax the organ lift, lying comfortably on the left side now. We're going to the middle position first with the knees comfortably bent, the feet underneath the sit bones, knees at the front of the mat. You have your hand on your waist, soften the waist, no organ lift. Keep your hand there and see if you can engage your inner core without engaging the organ lift. There's some skill in action. Keeping that belt low around the waist. Organ lift is passive. Let's do 10 rotations. Rolling out in the hip socket. Really different feeling from when we use the obliques. When you're done with 10, relax completely. And then bend the knees. Right angle at the hip, right angle at the knee, right hip, tilted forward. Keep the organ lift passive, engage the inner core. Really picture your belt wrapping it all the way around. And then 10 rotations. External rotation, using the muscles in the right buttock. Neck and shoulders relaxed, please. Check the waist that you're not doing extra work with the obliques. And release completely. And then let's take the hip extension, keeping the knees bent. Straighten out the front of the thighs, feet are behind. We will use the organ lift here, but first I want you to engage your inner core. And then take your organ lift. And then 10 times rotate the right leg out in the socket. Relax. Okay, we're going to do one more thing with the legs. Bring the legs all the way out straight. Engage the inner core. Take the organ lift. Raise just the top leg. Keep it very straight. Internally rotate the whole top leg. And then reach the toes towards the floor. And then lift the leg. Externally rotate. Flex your foot and reach your heel towards the floor in front of the left leg. Lift. Roll in. Reach the toes down towards the floor behind the left leg. Lift. Flex. External rotation. And reach the heel down to the floor in front of the left leg. Again, point, roll in, reach down with the toes, lift, roll out, flex and reach down with the heel. Let's do it twice more in each direction. Reach down with the inner thigh. Your toe is going to be the part that goes down, touches potentially. Reach out with the heel, but we don't want to just bend at the ankle, okay? So we want the rotation at the top of the thigh. And release. Let's take a twist. I'm going to take the right knee in front of the left leg and open out into a twist. Bring the right arm wherever it's comfortable. Getting as much stretch in the back of the right hip as you like. You can turn the face to the right if you want. Breathe slowly. And then to the back, knees into the chest. And then transition over to the right side. Knees comfortably bent, neck and shoulders relaxed. Relax the organ lift muscles. Engage the inner core. Keep tilting the left hip forward or rotate the left leg out in the socket 10 times. And when you're done, relax. Then bend to a 90-degree angle at the hip and the knee. Keep tilting the left hip forward. Organ lift passive as you engage the inner core. And again, 10 rotations of the left leg out in the socket. Feeling the muscles in the left buttock doing the work. Neck and shoulders relaxed. Organ lift relaxed. When you're done with 10, soften. Open out to 0 degrees of flexion. Engage the inner core. Take your organ lift. And 10 times rotating out in the socket here. And when you're done, both legs straight. Set the inner core and the organ lift. Raise the top leg. Roll in at the socket and reach the toes down towards the floor behind you. Then flex your foot. Roll out at the hip socket. Reach the heel to the front. Lift. Roll in all the way at the top of the leg. Point the toe and reach back. Lift. Flex and take the heel to the front. Again, point, roll in, reach back, flex, roll out, reach front. 2 more times. Long through the whole front of the leg as you reach back, flex And come down to the front one more time. And relax. And let's do a twist. Drop your left knee down to the front and open out into the twist. Left arm where it's comfortable. Put the appropriate amount of pull on that left leg. Turn your head if you like. And roll to the back, hug your knees in. And then over to the stomach. Hands under the forehead, legs comfortably relaxed. Engage the inner core, knit the ribs, keep your hands down on the floor. Press the elbows down as you lift the chest and head. Draw the shoulders down the back. And relax back down. Same thing again, inner core, knit the ribs. Press down into the forearms and elbows and raise the chest and head. And lift. And then release. Now whatever hand is on top, you're going to keep that glued to your forehead. And do the same thing. Inner core, knit the ribs. Lift just the top hand being glued to the forehead. And lower down. We're going to do that one more time. Engage, knit the ribs together and raise the upper body with the top hand glued onto the forehead and lower down. And then let's switch the hands. And same thing, inner core, knit the ribs and lift, keeping the new top hand glued to the forehead, lower down, and one more time. And now both hands stay together, so the whole upper body will lift. Inner core, knit the ribs, lift with both hands coming up underneath the forehead, and then release and lower. Again, exhale to lift. And inhale down. Let's do that one more time. Pull your shoulders down your back and release. Okay. Come to all fours. Lift the chest forward. Exhale, bring your hips back to your heels. Do that 2 more times. Coming forward, extending the spine, opening the front of the chest. And moving back, flexing the spine, tuck your tail. Feel your lower back stretching as you drop your elbows down, relax the neck and shoulders. And come up. And move back, hips to heels. Once again, come up and we're going to hover the knees, so tuck the toes under. Engage. Here's a good place to think of your abdominal star and just extend it all the way around. Press the hands into the floor like you're pushing the floor away and hover your knees up. Keep your shoulders nice and broad. And then lower the knees down. Again, anchor, press the floor away and hover the knees. And lower back down. Exhale, push the floor away and hover the knees. And lower back down and do it 2 more times or hold. Push and stay up for a breath. And release the knees. Move your hips to your heels. Keep your elbows down on the floor. Bend your arms. See if you can place your hands behind your back. Those stretch at the backs of the arms. If your forehead's not on the floor, put a blanket under your head. Okay. Over to the back. Do a quick run through the abdominal series and then check out how the roll-up is. Settle in neutral. Set the inner core.
Reach the ribs on the diagonals all the way to the back pockets. Feel your imprint. Keep your shoulders relaxed and lift one foot up. Keep imprinting as you lift the other, then the head. Single leg stretch. Bring both hands to one leg and extend the other leg out straight. Lift the elbows, draw the chin into the chest. And then let's go to the double leg. Keep imprinting as you exhale and reach the arms and legs away from the center. Inhale, come back in. Exhale, neutral spine the whole time, so don't flatten as you come back in. Exhale, reach away, and inhale, come back in twice more. And let's transition to the single straight leg. Nice big scissor kick. We still want the elbows going wide, dropping the shoulders down. And both legs straight up, hands behind the head. Reset the low core, reset that knitting and imprinting. Lower the legs down a little bit, maintaining neutral, and come back up. And a little down, and back up. Neutral the whole time. Think of pressing the belly button out towards each waist. Oblique smile. Twice more. And then bend the knees. Crisscross, really reach the armpit up and over to the opposite hip. Get a lot of rotation in the whole thorax. Head down, hug the knees. Relax the neck. Place your feet down, extend the legs straight out. Inhale, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, reach back. So this is for observation. Engage the inner core, tilt the pelvis, knit and imprint the ribs, and roll yourself up. So I want you to go as slowly as you can. You may want to place your hands on the outside of the thighs, the feet stay down. Come up and lean forward. And then we're going to roll down. Please keep the feet on the floor. Again, you can use your hands on the outsides of the legs. Scoop the belly in. Roll all the way down, one vertebra at a time. Stretch out long. We're going to do it 3 more times. If you really can't get up smoothly, use your hands to bring yourself up to a seated position and stay there. And just do the partial roll back if you can't get up. Without letting your feet come off the floor. So we'll stretch forward and we'll go one more time. So again, if your feet come off the floor, you're just going to roll part way back and stay there and hover and breathe. If you're coming all the way down, move all the way down, stretch long, flatten the spine, scoop the belly in, and roll up as slowly and smoothly as you can. And then everybody's going to finish by stretching forward. Remember, we want the arms relaxed. The forward reaches with the breastbone, not with the chin and not with the shoulders. Shoulder girdle relaxed, head heavy, stretch at the back of the neck. And slide your hands up your legs to sit tall, bend the knees. And drop your forehead down towards your knees, relax the neck. Keep your feet on your ankles, feet or shins, and lift the breastbone to flatten the back. And then release forward. Don't hunch forward, just relax down. And again, lift the chest, flatten the back. And relax and release forward. One more time. Flatten the back. Actually, let's just sit tall from here. Gather your core. You can use your fingertips if you're going to help you stand up or not. Cross the ankles, but use the core in any case. Even if you need to roll over to the side and push with your hands to come up, keep your core working throughout. So we're going to bring yourself
up to a standing position. Stand tall. Root ankle equally down through both feet. Stand up tall through the crown. And I do encourage you to revisit the abdominal star actually throughout the week. When you're just standing, doing something at the kitchen counter, or when you're walking, or if you find yourself in a line, or even driving. Use your engage that abdominal star to keep the awareness of the core muscles going periodically throughout the day. I'm going to make an effort, I don't know if I will be able to, but I'm going to start to try to do my side kicks every day again. I invite you to do the same and see what kind of difference that makes. But we'll keep emphasizing the obliques for the next few weeks. All right, so let me know how the roll-ups are, and see you soon. Enjoy the day. Hey, Victor. Hey, Mom. Bye, everybody.